Okay? Bago makakit sa taas, narin lahat. Okay? Daw pagka nasa orbit ka na, so wala nag-aano, no? So, escaping the atmosphere is your, is the challenge, no? And of course, we have said that for different altitude, there is different characteristic of environment. And you have to, you need to, the aircraft, no? So, I'm talking about aircraft because aircraft, no? So, anything that flies, no, in the air. So, that flies, okay, kasi it has a wing, di ba? It produces uh, lift, right? But of course, for smaller airplane, the area of the wing is very important so that it will produce greater lift. The lift is a function of the wing area, right? And of course, wing area lang. Then of course, as we go higher, no, we change to jet, no. The jet, the wing area is small, okay? And it is not perpendicular to airstream. So, naka-swept back yan. Yung kinompensate niya naman riyan is because of the airspeed. The airspeed is so large, no? So, it will compensate the presentation of a small area of the wing, right? So, yun. But of course, you have to install a much higher engine, no? Specifically a jet engine, okay? So, yun. Now, how it flies, no? So, depende rin. The slower airplane, nag-ano yan sa dynamic pressure on the surface, no? So, alam nyo na yung dynamic pressure, no? Dynamic pressure is function of your airspeed, okay? And your altitude, density, okay? Rho over 2b squared, right? Then, of course, doon ka kukuha ng lift, okay? Then, that lift is, of course, concentrating on the center of pressure, right? And that is, lift is other than the aerodynamic center. Aerodynamic center is fixed at one port of the cord. Whatever airfoil is that, no? So, for slower airplane, no, or the subsonic, one port of the cord. So, ibig sabihin, alam niyo na yung cord, kung gaano kahaba yung cross-section ng wing, okay? From leading edge to trailing edge. Now, wala pa naman tayo pala, wala pa tayong materials na ipinopos, no? So, now, for that, of course, we have the flow, no? The flow of the air, of course, will, of course, covered up all from the leading edge to the trailing edge, okay? Then, of course, for the NACA series is slow speed airfoil. The average aerodynamic center is on the one port of the cord. Now, for high speed, the aerodynamic center is at the 0.4 of the cord or 40% of the cord. So, 25% of the cord, then high speed, we have 40% of the cord. So, why is it na nasa likod siya? Okay, because of the accelerated, no, so much accelerated, the center of pressure move at the back. So, yung, especially that is sa Taraka, no, ano na yan, diamond shape, yung sa supersonic airplane, no, diamond na yan, diamond, okay. So, yung pinakamakapal niya kasi, halos nasa one half of the cord, no. So, naroon yung aerodynamic center. But of course, the center of pressure will not stay there because it is different, no? Now, we have another one, which is center of gravity. The center of gravity is, of course, specific with the weight distribution of the airplane, okay? or the aircraft. Okay? The more weights on the forward, okay, the more weights on the forward, the more the CG will move on the forward, right? And dalawa lang yan. If the weight is concentrating at the back, the center of gravity will move to the back. Okay? Now, pinag-usapan natin rito yung longitudinal stability. So we will we will choose, no? If ever, we will choose the one that is the center of gravity at the front. Okay? At the front. Okay? Kasi the problem is that if it is at the back, mahirap, no? Kasi the airplane will tends to nose up. Kasi kapag mabigat siya sa unahan, pag tumakbo yan, okay, then of course, nag-deflect ka ng elevator mo kung saan aakyat yung ano. Then, of course, with the difference, no? Yan ang discussion natin ngayon. With the difference of angle, it will produce a drag, okay? An induced drag that will produce a lift for the aircraft. So, it will fly. But if the aircraft is pitch up because it has a tail heavy, what will happen now is that the problem is that habang tumatakbo yan, naka-nose up ka agad yan, the tendency is pag akit yan, baka mag-stall. Okay? Now, yun yung issue. So, that is why we prepare a nose down. Okay? Now, that is an issue on our discussion last time on the 737 MAX, di ba? So, kinapitan na ng maneuvering characteristic, no? Or system, no? Maneuvering orientation system, no, for the aircraft to maintain that the airplane will nose down, I mean. No? Because during flight, there is an acceleration and the tendency, no, when you're cruising, the tendency, umaakit yung aircraft. Hindi mo mapapansin umaakit ka because of siyempre matagal ka na di ba? Lumilipad ka ganon. And of course, it will have an accumulated here. Then, aakit yan. Okay? So, ibababa niya. Okay? So, that is based on the stability. Then, of course, we have for the lateral stability and directional stability. Medyo hindi issue yun. In lateral at saka directional. Although, meron talaga niyan, but of course, sinisiro yan. So, ibig sabihin, it must be statically and dynamically stable. Yung concern natin is, of course, yung longitudinal. Longitudinal kasi, dalawa lang, you will hit the ground and you will hit the ground also. It's better to hit the ground, una yung uso, kaysa yung hit the ground, una yung likod. Okay? Kasi pag nag-stall yan, wala ka ng diskarte. Pag yan, nag-nose down yan, kaya mo pang i-accelerate yung aircraft because of the dalawa lang yan, potentially kinetic, na pag ganun yan, then you climb, aakit yan. Aakyat. But of course, habang umakyat yan, nagsisiro yung kinetic kasi bumabagal, then of course, you are producing potential energy and down na naman yan. Okay? So, yan ang principle ng phugoid. Phugoid, no? So, that is the phugoid that is inherent to the design of the airplane na babalik siya sa original position niya without intervention from the pilot. So, yun. Now, take note tayong challenge, no? So, if you will design, no, a small airplane, like, of course, sa atin, may design tayo. Kaya, meron ako mga, may mga, kaya lang, tignan ko kung mariretrieve ko. Pero, meron akong file, yung makita nyo kasi school kung saan. May logo, May logo yung aeroplano. So, but anyway, no, that is a part of the design that during the finals, they will have to fly the airplane. Okay? So, siyempre, pag hindi lumipad, may problema tayo. Diba? Kailangan lumipad. Okay? So, may mga gandang no, merong umakyat doon, hindi umano pa Okay? So, yung stability, makikita mo, inherent sa design. So, ibig sabihin, without the pilot intervention, the aircraft will go back to its position. kahit tamaan pa yan ng ano, bumabalik. Okay? Nagre-return siya because of the, yun nga yung term doon, inherent design. So it was inherent from the paper, no? Kung paano mo siya design sa papel, pag lumipad na siya, gano'n, okay? So, very interesting kasi pagka nag-fly ka na ano, nakakatuwa, no? Even with the with the students, no? Usually graduating, medyo parang may nangyari sa pag-aaral nila kapag lumipad yung airplane, no? So, during the design of maritime changes, no? Kasi ngayon parang ngayon mga design simulation, puro sinasimulate lang sa di ba? So iba yung actual, no? Iba yung actual, sabi niya, nagpagod eh. So, pinakahuli is the center of gravity, di ba? Sabi lang, sir, center of gravity, ganito, okay. Saan mo ba ilalagay center of gravity dito? Okay, so nakagano airplane. So yung battery, ilipat natin dito banda sa likod. So nagpantay, okay. So pwede na natin ilipat dyan. So pagpantay, i-ano mo yan, i-tapean mo, okay. Yung matibay na tape para during flight, hindi siya gumalaw, okay. Then fly siya. Pag fly niya, that is fixed battery. But of course, for the airplane, center of gravity mo ideal, but when you're flying, the fuel is, of course, nauubos. The center of gravity is moving because there is changing of there is a change in weights, no, distribution. Okay. So ngayon, of course, we will have a continuation, but this is more on the specifics between the low speed and high speed aircraft. Okay. So dito, low speed and high speed aircraft, pero mostly high speed, no? Jet yung i-discuss ko ngayon. Then the last part, no, next meeting, no, high speed aerodynamics, no. So you need that because yung rockets, diba? High speed yan eh. So lalabas na tayo, but I tell you nga, marami ang calculation pag-akit. Pero I will make it simple, no? Kung paano natin palalabasin yung airplane or the aircraft, no? Not anymore. That is an aircraft, no? Okay. So, let me show you. Okay. Para matapos na yan. Okay. Okay. Anyway, I think this is just 50 slides, no? Can you see the slide? Wala pa pala. Ito. Can you see the slide?
Yes po.
Okay. So nakita nyo rito, this is lecture number 11, no? Kaya S is simplified, no? Tinandaan ko na simplified kasi yung talaga ito, there's a lot of calculations here. So airplane performance. Hindi na tayo abot ro pagka may hirapan tayo. Okay. As I've said, marami tayong airspeed na tinatawag. Ito ang itong rito, mabigat. Okay, so we have what we call indicated airspeed. Now, if you will recall, I told you about the P2 tube, right? So I will make a drawing, okay? This is the wing. Okay, this is the wing of the airplane. Okay. And it has a P2 tube dito. Okay. Malaki lang pero hindi ganyan kalaki. So this is actually parallel to the thrust line. Okay, whatever. No? This is a thrust line. Okay. There's somewhere in the fuselage, so there is a butas there, no? Which is what you call static port. Okay. This static port is of course give a the surrounding pressure or the ambient pressure to the instrument. Ito yung instrument natin. Okay. Speed lang yan eh. So, airspeed indicator. Yan. Okay? Okay, may airspeed indicator ka rin. So, ito ngayon, meron niyang ano, kapag altitude mo is 1,000 feet, ibibigay itong pressure is 1,000 feet. But the airplane is moving. Okay, lumilipad yan. And a ramp pressure is entering this one. Okay? So, papasok siya. Now, based on the Bernoulli, no, sabi niya, static pressure, pabalik eh, no, plus dynamic pressure is equals to constant, di ba? So, dito, this is, that is rho over 2 B squared, dynamic pressure. And that is constant. So, ibig sabihin, kung P1 plus rho B1 squared over 2 is equals to P2 plus rho B2 squared over 2. Now, ito ngayon, yung densities, parehas. Kasi the same density lang na nililipad ng pakpak, di ba? And the pressure, P1, okay, and P2, that is the difference between the pressure dito na pumapasok at saka sa pressure dito na pumapasok, right? So, with that, you have now your, you will have now your B1, which is the actual velocity of this aircraft, okay, of the wing, no? Wing lang muna tayo. And we will get now the final velocity, which is P2. Okay, this is the initial. This is the difference, pressure 1, pressure 2, okay, inside and outside, and I mean, at the front of the P2 and the outside of the aircraft, okay. Density, constant yan, kasi isang altitude na naman nililipad ng aeroplano. And the difference between the velocity, alam natin yung initial velocity nito, okay, so we will get now the actual velocity of this aircraft. And that is what you call indicated airspeed. The difference between the pressure will show the indicated airspeed using the instrument. Okay? So, ito ang instrument natin. Dito ngayon niya ipapakita. Okay? Now, meron tayong what we call calibrated airspeed. Calibrated airspeed is results when corrections have been made to indicated airspeed. So, ano no? The calibrated airspeed is based on the dynamic pressure which is being transmitted to the wing. So, ito yung dynamic pressure. Calibrated airspeed. Ito yung calibrated airspeed. Okay? Lagyan natin ng angle yan. Okay? So, you have here your pressure. Okay? So, the pressure here is upward. And the pressure here is downward. The drawing is reversed. Class, no? Reverse yan. Ginanyan lang para maganda-ganda yung presentation. Ito nasa baba na to is nasa taas. Ito nasa taas na to is nasa baba. Just look at the directions, no? So, this upward is at the bottom and this downward is at the top. So, ibig sabihin, greater than yung bottom, this will produce a tip, right? And what hitting the surface, no, at the ilalim, no, is what you call calibrated airspeed. So, this was already corrected sa dynamic pressure na present dito sa wing. Okay, so layo, di ba? So ito, base lang yan sa instrument, difference between the pressure. Yung calibrated airspeed, base siya sa dynamic pressure na tumatama mismo dito sa surface ng wing. Okay? So that is your calibrated airspeed. So ibig sabihin, yung pressure na yan is of course Okay, this is your wing area. And the wing area will produce a lift. Okay? Lift. So, ibig sabihin, yung lift mo rito is equals to CL. Di ba? Alam niya yung CL, no? Coefficient of lift. Kasi yung pakpak may CL yan. Rho over 2. Then, S is the wing area. Okay? The whole surface area. And B squared. Ano tong B squared na to? Ito ba indicated airspeed? Siyempre, iyan ay calibrated airspeed. Because the indicated airspeed is different from calibrated airspeed. Okay? Eh, ano naman yung tanong sa, ano naman yung equivalent airspeed? Equivalent airspeed is the result when the calibrated airspeed has been corrected for compressibility effect. Okay. Last part natin, yan, compression, titirahin natin yan. So, assuming na lumilipad yung aircraft, then the velocity increases. Okay, bumilis siya ng bumilis. What happens is that ito ngayon yung wing. Okay, wing pa lang tayo, wing. Mamaya kasi may aircraft tayo, yan, no? Aircraft yan. Okay, so wing lang tayo ito. So, meron kang calibrated speed because this will produce a lift, right? But of course, due to the great velocity na pinoproduce niya, okay, what will happen is that this will produce a shockwave. Magpuproduce siya ng shockwave. So, ibig sabihin, may compression. Okay, may compression. So, we have your velocity 1, which is the supposedly indicated airspeed, and of course, naging calibrated airspeed kasi ito ang tatama sa surface. But because of the compressible, now, nag-compress siya kasi ganito yan. Ito yung mga layer of air, no? Sa sobrang bilis nito, na-compress niya yan. Ito na siya ngayon. So, yan siya ngayon. Okay, na-compress. Okay, na-compress. Okay. So, ito ngayon yung nguso ng aircraft. Okay. So, na-compress ang ano. So, isang linya lang, gamitin natin. So, the velocity 2 here is different from the velocity here. And this velocity is what you call equivalent airspeed. Okay. So, ayan. So, these are the reference airspeed na ginagamit natin to determine the performance of the airplane. Ang dami, di ba? Now, sa equivalent airspeed, corrected yan sa compressibility effect. Ibig sabihin, yung equivalent airspeed should be used for a faster wing. Okay? Faster yan, no? Kapag calibrated airspeed ka na, corrected yan dito sa sa indicated airspeed. Tapos mabagal yung eroplano, hindi mo pwede siyang ilagay sa equivalent airspeed kasi ito mayroon tong presence ng compressibility. Okay, ibig sabihin nagkaroon ng compression, nagkaroon ng shockwave sa short, no? Nagkaroon ng shockwave sa harapan. Okay? So pagka nagkaroon siya ng shockwave, ibig sabihin na-compress yung layer of air, and of course pag na-compress yung layer of air, itong air na to, because of the solidity, solidity nitong wave na to, yung hangin na papasok nito, hindi yan basta-basta lulusot dito sa wave. Gaganon yan, okay? So, gaganon yan. So, meaning, whatever lumusot dito sa likod is, of course, different from the one which is at the front, okay? So, later on, we will study this one, next meeting. So, whatever will be the lift which will be given by this at high speed, it will not be the same because of the gagamitin mo is equivalent airspeed. So, ibig sabihin, kung ito ang calibrated airspeed mo, okay, calibrated airspeed mo, pero bumilis ka, then it will produce compression. So, pagka nagkaroon siya ng compression, it will be corrected sa compressibility effect. Okay? So, yun. So, tatlo indicated airspeed, calibrated airspeed, equivalent airspeed. Yung true airspeed naman is obtained when equivalent airspeed has been corrected for density ratio. Ito naman, may density ratio siya. Ito. Yung density na to is of course 10,000 feet. 10,000 feet from sea level. Okay, standard sea level. So, standard sea level, you have your Ross of O. Sa 10,000 feet, you have rho. So, for this, if you are flying the airplane, no, narito yung airplane ngayon, no, then you want to get the true airspeed, it will be divided by the density of this divided by sea level density. Alam niyo naman yung sea level density, di ba? 0.002378 yan. Or 1.225 kilogram per cubic meter. Then, square root. Okay, so that is now your true air speed. So this is corrected based on the altitude density. Okay? Take note di ba meron tayong tinatawag na non-standard atmosphere, di ba? Yung non-standard atmosphere, binibase natin niya sa density, right? Sa density. Kasi yung pressure na binibigay ng airspeed is just because of the dynamic pressure or the ramp pressure at the front of the P2 tube. Okay? So, 4 yan. Okay? Ito na 4, di ba? Ano nga yung tinatawag na ground speed? Baka narinig nyo to. Isabi ko na sa inyo. Ground speed is not an airspeed. Hindi an airspeed. The ground speed is the speed in reference to the surface of the earth. Kunyari, dumilipad siya, lagyan mo ng ilaw dito, may kita mo, ng ilaw dito may kita mo yung anino niya rin sa ilalim, tumatama sa sahig, no? Sa surface. Yan ang tinatawag na ground speed. But the airspeed which is being encountered by the aircraft is not the same which is the ground speed. Iba. Iba yung tumatama sa kanya because the aircraft is flying at an altitude wherein this one is just, of course, is just making reference with the shadow, di ba? Ito, marami siyang dinaanang pagsupok ito, di ba? Ito, yung shadow niya lang, hindi naman nagbabago yung shadow, di ba? Pagka tinamaan yan, yung pa rin tatakbuhin niya, yung gumagalaw. Pero yung dito, iba yung usapan dito sa aircraft, no? Yung aircraft, iba yung airspeed niya rito. Pero yung takbo ng anino niya rito, constant yan. Kasi isa lang naman yan. Hindi naman nagbago yung anino sa 1,500 feet, di ba? Isa lang yan, okay? So, pag dito ka, itong ground speed mo, in-adapt mo yun dito, ibang usapan yan. Kasi hindi siya yung pinaka-airspeed na ginagamit. Okay? So, alam niya na, yung iba hindi pa alam yan. Iba nga, engineer na, hindi pa alam yung ground speed. Akala nila, parehas raw. Parehas raw yung calibrated speed sa ground speed. Ground speed is so it's not a function, no? Diba? Okay. So yan na. So marami pa tayong airspeed. So nakaraan meron pa tayong maneuvering airspeed. Ngayon meron tayong minimum drag speed. Mamaya, minimum drag speed, no? So, ang dami niya, no? So, ito ang mga monitor, no? But of course, yung pinaka-critical na ginagamit, yung indicated airspeed. This is the one that is being monitored by the pilot, no? Indicated airspeed. Kasi nakatingin siya sa instrument. Okay, sa instrument, meron yung tatawag na V1, V2, V3, then VR, which is rotate, no? Pag nag-rotate yan, aakit ng aircraft. But, dito sa side, meron yung mga number, di ba? Kailangan sa number na yun, pag dumaan yung aircraft roon, alam na yung airspeed, nakakalibrate ito. Pag yung airspeed mabagal, so pwede niyang i-abort, no? Kasi pag mabagal yung airspeed is related to the thrust of the aircraft, and of course, it is related to the power of the aircraft. And of course, it is related to the RPM or revolution per minute ng propeller. Kasi yung propeller, iyan yung kumukuha ng hangin para ibato niya sa likod, pumorward siya. Okay? So alam niyo na kung paano siya nagpo-produce ng thrust o propeller, no? Kasi it has different lip, di ba? So ito. So this is an airfoil. Airfoil yan. Okay, so cut yan. Ikinat. So this will produce, kasi ano to rotary wing to. Pakpak rin yan, kaya lang naging propeller. So magpo-produce yan ng lip 1, lip 2, lip 3, lip 4. Okay, but of course, this is horizontal. Horizontal yan, so papunta roon. So this lip will be converted on the for the thrust, no? So dito yung lalabas. Okay. I-add mo lahat yan, and that is a thrust of one or the pull of one or the thrust, no? Of one blade. Kung dalawa yan, times 2. Okay? Times 2. Okay? A thrust of one blade and the second blade. So, para makuha mo yung buo na thrust, i-add mo. Okay? So, nakuha mo na. So, how it is important. No? Then, of course, there is an angle of attack. No? Magkakaroon niya ng angle of attack because the aircraft will climb. Pagka nag-climb ka, what will happen? Bumibilis yung flow ng ram pressure. Again, that is a ram pressure. Yung velocity rito, okay? And this velocity, of course, yung papasok rito, it will be converted into a pressure, right? So, meron niyang parang venturi riyan. So, venturi, di ba, nakuha nyo na yung different in pressure. Tapos, because of the initial velocity, then you will have your difference between pressure 1 and pressure 2. Okay? So, yan. Then you will get the airspeed. Kasi may initial airspeed ka na eh. Makuha mo yung B2. Okay? So, ito siya ngayon. Okay? So, those are the airspeed muna. Then, of course, we go now with the next slide. Okay. Okay, forces acting on... So, jet tayo. Ang daming airspeed, ano? Wait lang. Okay. So, these are the forces on an aircraft, no? On an airplane, no? So, we have the lift. Kita nyo ha, hindi tayo masyado nagdi-discuss ng aeroplano nakaharap. Okay? Kasi we are much concerned sa longitudinal stability. Okay? Then, of course, we have the drag, no? And of course, based on Newton, sabi niya, vertical at saka horizontal yan. Kung kunin mo yung diagonal, this is the diagonal, which is Pythagorean, di ba? Mako-compute mo yan. But of course, we're not relying on this total reaction force, which is greater, syempre, no? We will just use the lift, which is vertical. Kasi yung movement dito is just vertical, okay? For now. Mamaya makita nyo, magbabago yan. So, we have upward, then we have backward, no? So, this is the relative airflow, which ibig sabihin yung hangin papunta rito. Now, if this is an still air and the airplane is flying at 300 miles per hour, still air, so ibig sabihin hindi gumagalaw yung hangin, hindi gumagalaw yung hangin. And hindi gumagalaw yung hangin, this airplane is flying at 300 miles per hour, the relative airflow is the same as 300 miles per hour. Okay? But if the airplane is flying at 300 miles per hour, so 300 lang tayo, 300 miles per hour, but there is a headwind of 20 miles per hour. So the relative airflow being sucked, no, by this engine is equivalent to 300 plus 20. Okay? 300 plus 20. What if this airplane is flying at 300 miles per hour tapos may tail ka rito? Tinutulak ka rito. So, pag tinutulak ka rito, okay, so what will happen is that pag tinulak ka rito, what will happen with this one, no? So, mangyari, yung 300 mo, okay, will be pushed by this one. Okay? So, pagka pinush yan dito, the actual airspeed mo is not the same as the indicated airspeed sa doon, sa loob. No? Ibig sabihin, pagka tinula ka rito, mas mabilis yung aircraft, mas mabilis yung airplane kaysa sa nakalagay sa instrument. Okay? Dito naman, tama yung sa instrument, mas mabilis yung instrument, pero mabagal yung lipad mo kasi meron kang minus 20 degrees, 20 miles per hour, di ba? Nabuwas, siyempre nabuwasan, di ba? Kunyari 300, meron kang 20 rito, so ilan lang yan, 280. Pero naka-indicate ron, 300 miles per hour. Pero actually, yung lipad ditong aeroplano is mabagal. Okay, yun. Now, 300, meron ka rito 20 sa likod, so 320. So, ibig sabihin, 300 yung sa instrument mo, pero the airplane is actually flying at 320 miles per hour. So, there are a discrepancy, di ba? May pagkakaiba. So, how will you get the performance that because of the change in airspeed, this wing might produce a compression. Magkaroon siya ng shockwave, and this shockwave will produce a different lift for the wing because of the different airspeed na papasok sa pakpak para mag-produce siya ng lift. Okay? So, kala nyo madali lang, ano? So, yan yung yan yung forces ng aircraft kasi nung mga unang panahon. Pinag-usapan natin, lift and drag lang, di ba? Pero ngayon, what is the relationship between the lift and drag sa airspeed? Ito ang discussion natin. Okay? So, marami, di ba? So, theoretically, maraming siya, komplikado, no? Komplikado nga yan. Now, kung aircraft mo to, then lumabas ka ng outer space, no? Nag-orbit ka, wala kang problema kasi walang ganito eh. Kung rocket yan, so mas matindi, di ba? Kasi sa sobrang bilis mo, mabilis ka rin magbago ng altitude, mabilis ka rin magbago ng density, at saka mabilis ka rin magbago ng pressure. And of course, somewhere there is a constant temperature, yung 390 degrees Rankine, di ba? Constant yun for how many feet? Mainit, then lalabas ka doon na. Okay? So dito, siyempre, horizontal lahat yung movement, but of course, you will do vertical, no? So ito yung natin, effect, no? Kaya sabi ko kanina, may intriga yan eh. May intriga talaga pag lumipad kaya. Okay, so airspeed na yan, then we have here. So we have now the far side drag, no? Induced drag and profile drag. Now, last time we talked about the drag of the wing, right? So ito yung pakpak natin. Okay. Ito yung pakpak, okay? So, yung pakpak na yan, pag tinignan mo ito sa harap, ha? So, meron tayong drag of the wing. Drag of the wing is equals to profile drag, profile. Parang yung profiling, no? Plus induced drag. Sa wing lang yan, ha? Yung profile drag na yan, pagka tinignan mo to, dito sa harap, ito siya. Itong area na to is what you call the profile drag. This is subject to a drag. Okay? Drag yan. So that is the area which is a function of area yan. Function of area, right? So yung area mo, ito. Okay? Yung harap na to, this is subject to drag. Ano yung induced drag? Ito na yan. Umakit yung aircraft ngayon, ito siya. Then meron niyang angle patak dito. Then, kung titingin ka rito, makikita mo tong surface na to. Malapad yan, siyempre. Malapad, di ba? Nakaganon. And that is what you call induced drag. And that induced drag is what you call a lift drag. Because the induced drag, although that is a drag, it will produce lift. Kasi nag-deflect, di ba? Kasi para sa buhay yan eh. Pagka hindi ka sumubok, wala mangyayari sa'yo, di ba? So nakaganon siya, so hindi gagalaw yan, assuming. Pagka ginanon mo, akit yan, di ba? Yung ganun mo ngayon, that is an induced drug. Lahat na nakikita mo rito. Dito, profile drug, ano lang yan, profile drug, profile. Yung itsura. Pagka ginanon mo, that is an induced drug. Okay? And because of the induced drug, kung dito ka lang, hindi ka angat. Pag nilagyan mo ng angle of attack, lumapad yung induced drug mo, akit yung aircraft. Okay? Akit siya. So, the induced drug is a lift drug. Now, kung ito, yung center of pressure niya na ito, okay, nag-angle ka, no, alpha yan, angle, yung center of pressure mo pumunta rito, okay, nag-produce ka ng lift, okay? Now, you will produce an induced drug which will later on produce a lift, di ba? Pag ginawa mo naman ganito, too much lift, no? Nilagyan mo ng masyado mataas na alpha, of course, makikita mo, ang laki ng induced drug mo, right? Ito yung induced drug mo, makikita mo yan. So what happens is that the wing will have a pressure dito sa harap. Then, pag tama ng hangin dito, okay, it will jump and this will produce turbulence. And the wing will drop. So, ibig sabihin, too much induced drug will not help the wing to produce lift. Okay? Isabi natin, limited power lang yan. Kasi itong drawing natin is subsonic wing. So, mahina lang yung power niya. Okay? Any aircraft, no, na is of course, and this will stall. Mag-stall yan. Stall. Okay? Pero ngayon, sa fighter airplane, inaano na nila yan. Bago na yung technology, nababago na eh. Iiba-iba na, no? Patulad yung Newton's law of motion, medyo nababago na because sabi ko sa inyo, yung sa catapult, di ba? 1:1 yun, steam yung ginagamit. Pero ngayon ginagamit yung electromagnetic force, di ba? O paano i-discuss? Wait, maloba tayo. Electromagnetic force. Eh, di ba, pag electromagnetic force, hindi naman nagdikit, di ba? Nakaluta nga siya because it will not dikit, di ba? Kasi nga may magnet. So, marami na. Mamaya, balikan natin yan. So, ito, di ba mag-stall, di ba? So, for much higher speed airplane, no? Yung next 6th generation, no, stealth fighter, no. Pag umakyat yan, may kita nyo rito, nagtoturbulence ba? Buong aeroplano na to, usapang, yan, pakpak pa lang yan eh. So, magtoturbulence siya, o tilapin, magtoturbulence dito, okay? So, the aircraft will tend to stall. Pero makita mo yung 6th generation, pag ganun yan, humihinto sa ibabaw, pag ganun, hindi siya babagsak. Hihinto, then, pumipihit, di ba? Makita mo yung F-35, di ba? So, matindi, pumipihit, no? So, pag ganon, gaganon na siya, okay? Hindi siya, pag ganon, mag-stall ka, so, ididiretso mo na, magluloop ka na, di ba? So, pag nag-loop ka ganon, yung sumusunod sa'yo, nauna na rito, di ba? Di ba, may mga pinakita na yan sa Maverick, di ba? Sinabol niya yung steel, di ba? Bigla nag-climb. Pag climb niya ganon, lumampas siya. Then sumunod sa kanya, di ba? Gumanon, di ba? So supposedly, pag ganon sa kanya, pag ganon, malayo yung radius of, radius of loop niya. Malayo. Pero yon nung umakyat, lumampas siya, konti lang, nasa likod niya, di ba? So yun. So paano mo namin? So, nasusurpass because of the, sabi nga natin, because of the engineering solution, di ba? Nasusolusyonan nila yung mga ganyang requirements natin, hindi na magluloop na malayo, Kasi pag nagloop ka rito, malayo ka, doon ka. Ito, pag gano'n natin dito, huminto yung aircraft, then kusang gumanon. Because of the exhaust, no? Yung exhaust niya lumilipat eh. Kung nakaganon yan dito, nakaganon sa likod, pabuga siya rito. Pag ano niya, magpapalit siya, pumipihit yung vector, exhaust niya, pumipihit. So, aakyat yung aircraft ngayon, then bababa. So, yan. So, nakuha niya na. We have now the drag of the wing. Then, we go back here. We will have now the parasite drag, no? Or the total drag of the airplane. Total drag of the airplane, ito yan. Total drag, binalik sa drawing. Total drag natin is, of course, parasite drag, dP, plus induced drag. Okay? Ito ngayon yung aircraft natin. Okay? Now, what is now your total drag? Buong aircraft yan. Kung titignan mo, ito yung buong aircraft natin. Kung titignan mo yung harap niyan, ito yung harap niya. Okay? Yan ang parasite drag. Yan ang parasite drag. Nakikita mo yung anino niya. Now, kung meron siya rito nakalabas, okay, meron siya rito landing gear. Okay, may landing gear siya rito. That is also a parasite drag. Okay? Then, of course, meron ka rito antenna, meron ka rito pinto tube. Those are parasite drag. Anything that is being extended outside of the aircraft is a parasite drag. Okay? Kaya sa parasite, no? Kaya ito, pag itong aircraft na to, umakyat to, pag umakyat to, automatically, pag nag-airborne, so ibig sabihin, the gulong, no, will separate with the ground, tawag rin airborne, no? Pag nag-airborne siya, automatic papasok yan para mabawasan ka agad yung parasite drag. Pag nabawasan yung parasite drag, liliit yung total drag, i-increase yung lift, bibilis yung rate of climb niya. Okay? Ano naman yung induced drag? Induced drag, diba, may rapid drawing sa side view. Ito na siya. Side view naman. Okay, so ito yung side view. Okay, po natin sa side view. Ito. Okay. Ito yung wing. Ito yung engine. Okay, so that is the induced drag. So the total surface at the surface depth. Okay. So yeah. So those are the total drag. No? Yung kanina, usapang wing lang. So that is profile drag. Kapag aircraft na, that is the profile drag. Parasite drag. Okay. Ito. Ito ngayon, that is CDP. CDP, coefficient of profile drag of the aircraft, ρ/2 SB squared. Tapos ito, CDI, ρ/2 SB squared. Kapag yung aircraft is take off, yung velocity dito is your indicated airspeed, yung ginagamit. Kasi that is subject to change of angle. Now, if that is already flying above altitude, this will be your equivalent airspeed. Okay? Or corrected airspeed. CAS. Collected airspeed at altitude. At H. Okay? So, yun yan. So, let's go back here. So, you know now the parasite drag. Okay, buong aeroplano to Itong diagram na to, yan. Buong aeroplano yan, ito na siya. Okay? Parasite drag, induced drag, and the total drag. Ito. Parasite drag is a function of the calibrated airspeed squared. Tama. Ito yan, Di ba? Ito yan, B, calibrated airspeed squared. So, squared. Okay? Then, of course, induced drag is, of course, equivalent to 1 over calibrated airspeed squared. But, medyo ano yung pagkakaanto, ibig sabihin lang nito is that inversely proportional yung, yung calibrated airspeed sa calibrated airspeed sa induced drag. Okay? Bakit? Ano ba yung induced velocity mo? Ito yan. So, balik tayo rito. Induced velocity, ito yan. Assuming na nakaangat yan. So, may angle. Okay, may angle. So, meron ka rito ang tinatawag na velocity. And this velocity will hit the surface, right? Itong surface na ito. Tinamaan niya yan eh. Pag tama rito, yung surface na ito is subject sa drag, right? So, this is now your relative velocity. Pag tama niya riyan, yan yung gagamitin mong drag. Pero, yan yung sa parasite drag. Yung sa induced drag, meron ka ritong velocity na BI. Which is BR, pero lumiit. Bakit? Kasi nakagano niya. Pag tama niya rito, malakas siya. Pag tama niya riyan, di ba akyat to? Pag tama niya riyan, nakabitin eh. Pag tama niya riyan, ito ngayon magre-react to. Pag tama, akyat yan. But some part of this velocity will bounce downward. Okay? But this move downward is lesser. Of course, mas lesser siya rito. Pag tama nito, nakalutang. Pag tama, reaction niya is to move upward and the part of this will move downward. So that is your induced velocity. If this is a calibrated airspeed, this is your inversely proportional with the calibrated airspeed. Or we can say that bilang inversely, it is reduced, no? Bakit inversely? It is not exactly 1/2 or 1/3 or 1/4. Hindi. So, it will be calculated based on the angle of attack. Okay? So, i-base yan dito. So, dito na tayo. So, we have now the calibrated airspeed. Then, we have now the minimum drag speed. Okay? Assuming now you have now the part, you will now move. Okay? May speed ka. Okay? So, at 0, dito ka. Dito yung parasite drag mo. Dito ka. Then, tumakbo ka ngayon. Tumakbo, no? Tumakbo siya because may speed, no? But tumatakbo yan. Tumataas yung, based on parasite drag, habang tumatakbo yan, yung parasite drag mo, umaakyat. Okay? Ito siya, umaakyat. And habang binibilisan mo yung speed, induced drag mo, bumababa. Okay? So yan, bumababa. So ibig sabihin, yung parasite drag mo, habang bumibilis ka, umaakyat. Okay? Because of the effect of the total surface, no, of the aircraft. Yung induced drag mo naman, habang bumibilis ka, lumilit yung induced drag mo. Then, if you will get now the total drag, no, parasite drag plus total drag, induced drag, ito ngayon yung kurbada mo na sa ibabaw. Okay? In this lower portion here, pagka dirinap po yan, tatama yan sa intersection rito. Natural. Yan, no? And kung ito may reading ka, no? Kunyari, ito, top 300 yan, makukuha mo kung ano ito. And that is what you call the minimum drag speed. Okay? Minimum drag speed. Okay? So, ito ngayon yung minimum drag speed. So, dito yung speed mo, dito mo makukuha yung minimum drag. Okay? Minimum drag. So, ibig sabihin, yung pinaka-total drag mo, mababa rito sa airspeed na to. Okay? Sa airspeed na to. Okay? So, yun. Minimum drug speed. Then dito, tumataas yung velocity mo. So what will happen now? Lumalaglag yung induced drug mo. Halos nawawala na. Pero tumataas yung parasite drug mo. Then tumataas yung total drug mo. Okay? So that is why as you increase your airspeed, the total drug will increase. Now, sa sobrang bilis yan, ito ngayon yung airplane mo. Okay? Kaliwa natin, kaliwa. Okay? Then it will produce a shockwave. Mabilis na kunyari, no? Ang bilis. So, ito ngayon, mataas yung total drug na to kasi meron siyang shockwave formation dito. Okay? So, mabigat yan sa kanya. Okay? Mabigat, no? Taas ng drug niyan, no? Kasi solid to eh. This is solidity. Solid yan, no? Hindi ka basta-basta. Sabi ko nga, kung may hangin dito na dumadaan, hindi yan basta-basta lulusot sa compression wave. Hindi yan basta-basta lulusot, no? Kasi parang ano yan eh, parang alon. Di ba yung alon, di ba? Pagka nasa speedboat ka, may ano yan rito eh, may bow wave yan eh, sa unahan. May bow wave. Then patayo-tayo ka sa unahan rin, di ba? Mababasa ka kasi the stream of water na papasalubong, hindi siya lulusot sa wave, di ba? Hindi siya lumusot. Tumatama siya, tumatalon, di ba? Yun lang. Tumatalon siya. So pagtalon, may kita mo yung wave papunta ron. May alon na papunta ron, ito yung wave papunta riyan. Pag tama niya, hindi naman siya lumulusot na diretso sa ano, hindi siya lumulusot sa bow wave, di ba? Yung water stream na nasa harap mo, tumatalbog, di ba? Kasi hindi siya lumulusot basta-basta ron. Okay? So, yun yun. So, of course, this will of course give you some referencing on how you will make good the performance of the aircraft. So these are the simple, no? But of course, as I've said, may mga formula tayo rito, CDI, rho over 2SB squared, and of course, tanong, kaya paano makukuha yung parset? Kukumpitin yan. Ibig sabihin, paharapin natin to aeroplano na to, then kukumpitin natin yung surface area niya. And that surface area, pagka nakaharap siya, ito, kukunin mo yung surface area yan, huwag na side, no? Surface area, yan yung drag kasi nakaharap, hindi tayo nakaside, no? So, yan lahat, no? So, kukumpitin yan, then this will be the total area, makukuha mo yung parasite drag. Okay? So, ito yan, ha? So, we have take note, parasite drag increases as you increase your airspeed. And the induced drag decreases as you increase your airspeed. Baliktad, ha? Pero i-add mo yan. Okay, i-add mo. So, effect of airplane weight on drag, no? So, assuming naman na may bigat tayo. So, as I've said nga, dito, kinompute natin yung surface area, di ba? And this surface area is subject to the total drag of the aircraft. Okay? So, this is your parasite drag. Pag ito, nag-climb, katulad dito, meron ka pang induced drag. Okay? Plus parasite drag, that is your total drag. Eh, paano yung weights? Paano umi-effect yung weight? Yan. So, meron tayo rito light airplane. Okay, this is the light airplane. So, this is now your induced drag for light airplane, and we have here the induced drag of heavy airplane. So, this is now your parasite drag. Yan, parasite drag. Yan. Tanong, bakit isa lang sir yung parasite drag? Eh, isa lang aeroplano natin eh. Ito lang aeroplano mo, oh, di ba? Ito lang. Eh kaso, pinalipad mo siya ng magaan at saka pinalipad mo siya ng mabigat. Ha? Yung tanda nyo. Pinabigat mo siya ng magaan at saka pinabigat mo siya ng mabigat. Nilagyan mo siya ng weight na mabigat at saka binawasan mo na siya ng weight para gumaan. Okay, so ito na yan. The same aircraft ka eh. So, parasite drag mo, isa lang. Okay? So, ito siya ngayon. Eh, magaan siya. Nung magaan siya, ito ngayon yung yung induced drag mo. Okay? So, induced drag of light airplane. Yan. Okay? Then, syempre, yan pala yung parasite drag mo. And of course, with that, you will have your total drag for light airplane. That is the total of the induced drag plus parasite drag. Diba? Then, nag-intersect sila dito. Okay? Nag-intersect sila dito. So, this is the intersection of the induced drag at saka parasite drag ng magaan na aircraft. Pero, isang aeroplano na pinag-usapan natin. Hindi ka pwedeng maliit na aeroplano at saka malaki. Magkaiba yun. Ito, isang aeroplano na pinag-usapan natin pero magaan siya, then sumunod, mabigat siya. Okay? So, ito. Dito siya ngayon. Okay, this is now your minimum drag speed. Okay? Ito yung induced drag ng heavy. Okay, sa induced drag ng heavy, ito siya. Ibig sabihin, he will start mas mataas. Okay, mas mataas. Ito, mas mataas siya. Mas mataas siya kaysa dito kasi heavy nga siya, di ba? Then, bababa rin yung induced drag niya habang bumibilis yung airspeed. Then, the parasite drag is of course constant yan. Siya rin yan eh. Now, the intersection is here. Then, of course, the total between these two, parasite sa induced, ito yan. Okay? So, this is now the total drag for the heavy. Okay? So, may kita nyo, intersection niya dito, this is now your minimum drag for heavy at saka minimum drag for light. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, kapag heavy yung aircraft, ito yung niya. Ito yung yung airspeed na kailangan niya. Mas mabilis sa light, minimum light. Okay? So, kailangan mabilis. Okay, kailangan mabilis. Mamaya may landing niya kung mabilis o mabagal. So, pag binilisan mo yung aeroplano, pag bilis mo, mabigat ka, kailangan mas mabilis yung airspeed mo. Kasi pag mabigat ka, babagal-bagal ka, hindi ka aangat. Hindi yan aangat. No? Hindi yan aangat kasi mabagal eh. So, kailangan para mabit mo yung drag na pinoproduce ng aircraft, no, including the parasite sa induced drag, dapat bilisan mo yung airspeed mo. Full power ka. Now, tanong, sir, nangyari na ba na overloaded? Yun, tanong. Nangyari na yan. Noong gera, sa Vietnam War, ginamit na yan. No? Ginamitan lang ng jato. Or ginamitan lang ng rato. Yan ang mga ganito yan. So, this is the airplane. Okay. High wing. Okay, we have, siyempre, this is, kita natin na Okay. Then dito, nilagyan nila ng rocket. Kabilaan, siyempre, kabilaan. Okay. Then, overload yan. So, pag overload yan, hindi mo kakayaning abutin yung minimum drag speed, di ba? Kasi hindi ka angat. So, pinari nila yung rocket na yan. This is what you call jet-assisted takeoff. So, ito yung umaapoy ito. Umaapoy yan para i-push niya lang itong aircraft. Pagka push niya ito, tataas yung dynamic pressure niya rito, akit yung aircraft. Pag-take off yan. Or that is what you call rocket-assisted takeoff. Yung isa ginagamit rocket-assisted takeoff, and yung iba ginagamit jet-assisted takeoff. Pero ngayon, hindi na tayo masyado gumagamit ito. Noon lang yan. Okay? Ito, pagka nagamit na to, no, pag nakalanding na to, tatanggal to, pinapalitan. Hindi to reusable. Okay? Disposable yan. Okay? Yung rocket na rin. Okay? So, kasi sabi ng piloto, yung mahalaga rito, mag-airborne. Pagka nag-airborne, problema na namin yun. Basta mahalaga, umakyat. Okay? Especially noong araw, pagka evacuation ng troops, di ba? Extraction. I mean, i-extract yung mga tao. Okay? Overload, siksikan dito, di ba? Overweight na. So, ginagamitan ng jato. Okay? So, yan, no? Mukhang nasabi ko naman na lahat. So, ayan, makita nyo yung difference between a heavy and so, pag heavy, kailangan mataas yung airspeed mo kasi pag binagala mo, may problema ka. Okay? So, yun. So, note that heavy airplane has more drag at all speeds and BMD is at a faster speed. Okay? Faster speed. So, more drag at all speeds. Yan na, tama nga. Yan, oh. Total drag, heavy. So, at all speed, from 0 to there, mas mabigas yan, natural. Okay? Kasi initial nga niya, mabigat talaga eh. Okay? But of course, we are concerned with the minimum drag speed. So, yun, tawag ro, minimum drag speed. Okay? So, pagka normal aircraft ka, heavyweight ka, ang haba ng takbo, di ba? Ang haba ng takbo kasi todo na yung airspeed mo, hindi mo pa makuha yung take off. Hindi ko pa maka-take off, ang bigat eh, di ba? Bigat ng eroplano. Unless otherwise, mahaba yung runway mo. Katulad yung propeller-driven airplane, no? Single propeller ginagamit. Usually 800 meter, angat yan eh. Sobra pa, 1,000 meter, angat pa. Kapag mabigat siya, mahirapan na siya, no? Mahirapan na siya. Kaya, usually, kung sa Clark ka, 3 kilometers yun eh. So, ubusin mo yung runway, aakit ka kasi ang haba ng runway, di ba? Pero kung limited, kaya din sa Plaridel, di ba? Yung sa dulo, is a mango tree, di ba? Tapos sa kabila, high tension wire, di ba? Yun yung binibit ng mga nagte-training. Ibibit mo yun, no? Kailangan. Akit ka agad dito. Okay, ito yung puno. Akit ka agad, no? Kaya yung iba magaling, pag landing, may mga sanga ng mangga nakasabit sa landing gear. So, ibig sabihin, tinamaan mo yung puno. Okay? Doon sa kabila naman, pag sumabit ka sa wire, sa kabila kasi simeteryo. So, automatic mo ka na diretso. So, yun yung ano. Pero ngayon, nabaan nila, 800 meters lang yun eh, binabaan. Okay? Kasi, meron kami mga estudyante ron doon eh, lumipad sila, full pack sila eh. Full pack, no? May mga gamit eh. So, yun. Sumabit. Eh, siyempre, puno yung fuel. Full tank yung fuel. So, yun. Ubus sila. I think that is summer, during summer, no? And take note, during summer, manipis ang hangin, di ba? Manipis. O, nung aral na natin yan, manipis saka makapal, di ba? So, pagka makapal, medyo malakas, mabigat yung hatak mo. Kapag manipis, kailangan mo ng rotation. Masyado malakas na rotation para mag-produce siya ng thrust. So, yun, mga bata pa yun. So, sumabit yun. Kaya. Ayan sila. Kasi daw, nagbakasyon muna sila. Masyado sila mainit lumipad. Okay, so yan. No? So, dito tayo sa effects of flaps and undercarriage on drag. No? So, flaps natin, yung flaps na yan, nasa pakpak yan. Ha? Ito yan. Kasi wala naman kayo ito yung pakpak. Okay? Ito yung flaps. Malapad yan. Ito yung aileron. Itong aileron na to, pag gumalaw to, yung sa kabila, ito yung air cap. Okay? Okay, meron pa yun dito, siyempre. Pag aileron na to, tumaas, yung sa kabilang pakpak, pababa. Kapag itong flaps na to, baba, the other flaps will baba also. Diba? Pababa yan. Isang position lang yan. Isang direction. For smaller airplane and some bigger airplane. Pero ngayon kasi ganito. Kaya naman, marami na nababago ngayon eh. Yan lang yung discussion natin. Pero may mga exception yan. Yung Airbus 350, itong flaps na to, pwede itong mag-act as an aileron. So, ibig sabihin, pwede itong bumaba, pero yung sa kabila, pwede tumaas, opposite. No? For a standard aircraft, pag bumaba to, baba rin yung kabila. Pag ito, bumaba to, tataas yung kabila. So, magro-rotate yung aircraft. No? Ito yung lateral stability niya. Okay? So, pag ito, sa kabila, tataas. So, magro-rotate yan, papunta rito. Pag ganon. Okay? Pag ito, bumaba, yung sa kabila, bababa rin. Baba. So, ito ngayon, magbibigay ito ng additional drag dito sa aircraft. So, mare-retard niya yung movement ng aircraft forward. Kasi lalapad yung area, di ba? So, take note that dirty airplane has more drag at all speed and the minimum drag speed is at slower speed. So, ano yung total drag speed natin? Ito, total drag and speed na naman. So, we have what we call the parasite drag. Okay? Ito yung parasite drag natin. Kanina usapan natin induced drag, di ba? Yan, induced drag. Induced drag based on the weight. Ito ngayon, yung parasite drag natin magkaiba. Kasi meron tayong parasite drag dirty actually. Ang dirty yan, sir, marumi. Yung dirty nito, assuming na naka-extend yung landing gear. I-drawing na nga natin. Yan, may landing gear. Tapos, we have parasite drag. Induced drag. Dito tayo. Okay, dito na natin ilagay. Parasite drag, clean. So, ito yung airplane. The same airplane yan. Okay, medyo lumit nga lang. Yan. So, lagyan natin dito. Yan. Wala landing gear. So, clean yan. Okay. So, yung parasite drag dirty, ito yan. Okay. So, mataas siya. Then, of course, we have induced drag. Ano yung induced drag mo? Siyempre, isa lang. Kasi yung bigat nito is the same bigat nito. Right? Dito kasi magkaiba yung bigat eh. So, it affects the induced drag. Dito naman, naka-landing gear ka, dito wala. So, nung lumipad ka, landing gear all the way, no? Okay, this is now your parasite drag, tumataas. Okay, habang bumibilis ka. Okay, then of course, yung induced drag mo, ito, isa lang yan. Okay? Isa lang. Kasi, yung bigat mo, the same. Yung airplane mo, the same. So, ito lang yan. Then, of course, between the parasite drag and the induced drag, i-add mo yan, ito ngayon yung ano mo. Total drag dirty. Okay? Okay? Then, of course, meron kang minimum drag speed. Mabagal. Tapos, ito naman yung ano mo, yung parasite drag clean. Okay? So, wala kang landing gear dito. Then, of course, what will happen is that you have the induced drag intersection mo. Ito. So, you have now your minimum drag speed. Ito. So, ibig sabihin, sa dirty, no? Dirty, mabagal yung minimum drag speed mo. Sa clean, mabilis yung minimum drag speed mo. Okay? Yan. So, kaya pagka wala kang landing gear, bumibilis yung airspeed. Okay? Bumababa yung total drag. That is why, kapag itong aircraft na to nag-airborne, no? Ibig sabihin, nag-separate yung gulong sa ground, automatically papasok niya para bumaba yung ano niya, yung parasite drag niya. So pag bumaba yung parasite drag niya, what will happen is that bababa yung ano niya, yung total drag, and of course the airspeed will become higher. Okay? And kapag tumaas itong minimum drag speed niya, tataas yung rate of climb. So may mga ano to, ayan, rate of climb tataas siya. Okay? So this is the difference with that. No? So kanina, the same airplane, bumigat at saka gumaan, the same parasite drag. Dito, we have induced drag is the same. Kasi the same siya sa bigat. The same aircraft yung ginamit. Kaya lang the problem is that the other one is dirty and the other one is not dirty. Okay? So, what else kung this aircraft is loaded with armaments? No? May mga bomba na nakakabit riyan. Okay? So, pagka may bomba yung nakakabit riyan, asahan mo na dito yan, dirty. Okay? So, this is your total drag 30, meaning may hirapan yung eroplano kapag mabigat, right? Kapag mabigat. Pag ito jet, may hirapan niya kasi yung minimum drag speed niya ang bagal. Kasi kargada siya. Dito ngayon ginagamitan niya sa take-off, ginagamitan niya ng afterburner, no? So, na-discuss ko yung afterburner sa inyo. Afterburner. So, kunyari, ito yung engine. Okay? Ito yung compressor. Ano yan? Turbine yan. Okay? Magpuproduce siya ng exhaust, di ba? Mabilis yan. Pero may pipe yan dito. May pipe. Yung pipe na to, meron ditong sprayer ng fuel. Okay? Then, magbaburn yan dito. Lalabas dito yan. Pag lumabas yan, that is what you call afterburner. This is plus 50%. 50% thrust. So, ibig sabihin, kapag ito, yung thrust mo rito is 2,000 plus 50%, lalabas rito is 3,000. So, ang bilis tong aircraft, no? Plus 3. So, kung mabilis siya, what will happen now? Ibibit niya yung dirty. So, aakyat siya as a clean. Okay? As a clean. Para lang ma-meet yung ano. But this will, of course, this will entail, of course, more fuel to burn. Okay? So, yeah. So, that is flight operation related sa flight operation. Now, kumpisa naman gumagamit sila ng drop tank. Okay, yung drop tank, yung nasa ilalim. Okay, drop tank. No? Parang bomba yan na malaki na nakakabit pero hindi siya bomba. Drop tank. At saka meron pa rito yung kumisan sa dulo. Drop tank yan. Okay. Yung drop tank na yan, fuel ang laman nito. Fuel. Okay. Fuel. So ito, para lang makuha yung range. No? Pumunta siya abutin niya yung range. Okay. So dito ngayon may hirapan yung eroplano rito na mag-maneuver kasi mabigat, right? O kasi ang bagal ng minimum drag speed mo, mabagal. Pero pag umabot yan sa range niya, no? Kasi yung fuel niya rito sa weight, maintain. Inuubos niya lang, hindi sa drop tank. Okay? Pag yan, malayo na, no? Malayo na yan. Okay? Malayo na yan. Then, of course, bigla nagkaroon ng encounter yan, what will happen? Ihuhulog niya ito. Kaya nga drop tank, ihuhulog niya yan. Pag bibitawan niya yan, pag binatawan niya na, tapos na yung laban. Kasi yung aircraft ngayon, kakayanin niya, nasa clean na siya. Clean. Pagka-clean na yan, makakapag-maneuver na to. Mabilis na yung maneuver nito. So, medyo tagilid na yung kalaban na yan. Okay. So, iyan yung di ba? Kaya sa di ba, Israel Defense Force, di ba? Pag to make off, may mga may mga drop tank yan kasi medyo malayo yung bububay nila. Mas malayo, medyo distance eh. Okay? Yan yun. Then sabi, paano sir pagbalik? Hindi na makakabalik. Makakabalik nga yan eh. Bakit? Kasi ang bilis na ng airspeed nyo. And this airspeed, kasi clean na siya, and this airspeed will of course dictate the range. So ibig sabihin, pagka mabilis na yung airspeed mo, makukuha mo na yung range. Ano ba yung range? Diba? That is the distance between your point to point. Diba? Okay? Okay, so makukuha mo kasi magaan ka na eh. And of course, you can produce a much faster airplane. So mabilis mo may ibabalik yung aeroplano sa pinanggalingan mo kaysa nung papunta ka. Okay? So yun. So, ibig sabihin, yung matitira sa'yo, pambalik mo lang yan. Pambalik. Okay. So, we have now the back of the drag curve and speed stability. Okay. So, we have now the drag curve. Balik tayo. Ano ba yung drag curve? Yan, yung mga mabiro niyan, di ba? Ito. Yan. Okay, ito yung isa. Drag curve. Kaya yung significant ito. Ito yan. Dito ngayon yung drag curve mo. Okay? Kapag ito yung minimum drag speed mo, hindi natin lagay. Pag lumipad ka rin sa portion na to, unstable ka. Okay? Pagka dito, stable yan. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, any speed dito, dapat from here to there, liparin mo yan. Pag here to there, medyo problema yan. Okay? Kasi, what will happen is that, lumaglag yung airspeed mo, what will happen? The airplane will also descend. Magdi-descend yan. So, dalawa yan descend at saka glide. Mamaya, di-discuss ko yan. Descend at saka glide. Dito, magde-descend yung aircraft. So, descend meaning, you will reduce altitude. Okay? Because the airspeed is low. Okay? So, increase mo yan. So, that's why, medyo itataas mo yung minimum drag speed mo. Minimum drag speed mo, magkakaroon ng altitude yung aircraft. Okay? So, that is critical, no? Pagka nagkaroon ka ng unstable velocity. Okay? So, tignan nyo ito, based on this, pero this should be a inherent, no? Again, binarik. Inherent to the design of the airplane. So, ibig sabihin, hindi mo pa nililipad, dapat ganito na siya. Okay? Ganito na siya. May naturalesa, di ba? Okay, so we have here another, no? But of course, I think we have to make a go out. Okay, tayo, break. 2 minutes. 2 minutes, no? Kasi lampas kalahati na tayo. So, break muna tayo. So, break.